You are a work of art created by God. Hey love bugs, welcome back to my channel. I am Mercy Vaughn, and this is a place where we love God, we love ourselves, and we love others. And on today's video, we're gonna go back in time and we're gonna look at some old photos of things that I wore back in the day. And I'm also going to do a little twist, and I'm going to show you and kind of talk through ways that I would reimagine some of those old outfits, right? And I say reimagine not because for some of them it is kind of a recreation, but just like a modern twist and like what it would look like for me to wear it now. Whereas there are going to be other ones where it's reimagining the outfit. It's taking concepts from that outfit and changing it up for how I would wear it now. So that can be based upon like the pattern, the outfit formula, the color concept, whatever the case may be, and I will turn it into how I would wear it today. Now, I want to preface by saying I by no means label myself as a fashion guru or just this extreme stylish queen or anything like that. But I know that over the years, my style has changed. I have evolved, I have grown, I have matured. Things that I wore or how I wore them back in the day, I wouldn't wear them the exact same way. I know a little bit more about like what I like. And not even that back in the day I didn't like those things. It's just as I've grown and evolved, my taste has changed. And so we'll kind of talk through some of those outfits and how things have changed and why I pair them the way that I do now. So let's get into it. So we have this look here. This look was styled for a watch night service. So if you grew up in the church, then you know that you bring every new year in the church house. And so I wore this to a watch night service, and looking at this, I don't hate it. Like, I felt good in it then, and I don't necessarily hate it now. It's just I would do things a bit differently. Like the color concept, it's still something I would follow now, right? I would still bring out the tans and the blacks and, you know, highlight it with some gold accessories. I would still do that concept in this day and age. However, I believe that there was a lot of accessories going on, and so I would definitely make things a bit more simplistic. And so that's kind of the route I took now. You will see cargo pants with two different options. So one is going to be a brown turtleneck with a black bomber, a like military kind of belt with a black booty that has like a little peekaboo toe, right? And so I wanted to kind of play on those elements. One, because this was for New Year's, so it could have been cool, you know, because I do have on long sleeves, so it could have been a cooler night. And so I wanted to kind of play on that fall winter time of the year as well. So keeping the turtleneck, the bomber, keeping those elements. And I wanted to find that balance between it's giving military, but also still giving feminine, because I do have the basis of like the heels. And then on another way that I've styled it is taking those same cargo pants, camo cargo pants, and pairing it with a black turtleneck, adding a olive green vest to also tie into the concept of the vest that I was wearing in the photo, in the original photo. And some black strap up shoes, right? To kind of bring those elements in both outfits. Of course, I tied them with my black Telfeezy. And so that balance between feminine and masculine, right? Because those are two lines in my current style that I love to kind of toy. I love to kind of figure out how can I still present as very much woman and feminine while still navigating through those masculine pieces that I enjoy, or the masculine aesthetic that I enjoy, because I grew up a tomboy, and I feel like I have to kind of throw that in there because that is still a big part of things that I like, right? I still enjoy a tomboy aesthetic. I've just evolved into putting a more feminine twist and having a more feminine take on how I do things even now. So look number 2 is going to be this one. And I want to start off by saying I don't hate it. And concept wise, like the formula of it, I would still wear something similar like this even today, right? The basis of the tank top and the jeans and the flannel, I would still do that outfit formula. What I realized that I am not the biggest fan when it comes to this outfit, one is I definitely should have either tucked in the tank top into the jeans or wore a completely different top altogether to make it like a bodysuit and to make it a lot more seamless and a bit more flattering. And I realized I'm not the fan of the shoes. And as I get older, I realize that I've been moving away from sandals, like traditional like sandals. I might wear like a slide, but majority of the time I'm in like flats, heels, or sneakers. Those are typically my go-tos. And then of course, now that we're like we're in fall and we're going into winter, like I can pull out more of my boots and things of that sort. But on a regular basis, it's like slides, sneakers, flats for like work, things of that sort. So the way that I reimagined this outfit is I did transition to a bodysuit. That was like the biggest thing. Transition to a bodysuit that is a lot more flattering. It had a higher neck, which ties into one, I have moved into wanting to be more intentional about being like modest and a bit more covered. And so it does provide that element, especially because my arms are still going to be out. And then this is same flannel. I took the same flannel. I still have it. And with the bodysuit being tucked in, paired it with the jeans, and the jeans have a little bit more pizzazz. And I think that was also missing. There was no real wow factor or nothing special about the look. And I think that adding a distressed pair of denim to the look did help kind of like elevate it and pull it in a bit more. And I completely did away with a sandal and I did a sneaker. So I paired it with my white Adidas All Stars. Now I'm also going to show another clip of this same formula, the same top, same shoes, same bag, same everything, and I switched out the flannel because what I realized is I favor a more oversized flannel because I am someone who also gets cold. And so though I love the wrapping around the waist moment, I also love to have the opportunity that if I go somewhere where I might run into cooler temperatures, be it we in the fall and season and it gets cooler at night, or be it because I go inside somewhere and it's cold, I like the option of being able to take it from around my waist and put it on. And the reason I personally do not favor this particular flannel, the original flannel, was because it was more of a feminine cut, and so I only really liked it around my waist. Like, I didn't like it on me, like physically, like I could have put it on. I didn't like the way it fit. And so being intentional about that, because even in that, the flannels, majority of the flannels that I own now are men's flannels, or if they are a woman's flannel, I tend to size up a size or two so that I can get that baggy feel if it's not already made to be oversized. And so being very intentional about knowing what you like. And so that is the way that I would reimagine this look. We have this look. And yeah. I used to love this look. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I used to love this look. I've worn this look several times. And this was a look I was like more than likely wearing to church. And so, yeah. Back in the day, I want to highlight, like, back in the day, I did love color. And I owned a lot of color. I wore a lot of color. I loved pops of color. I loved bright colors. That was like the thing. As I get older, I move away from that as much. So the way that I would describe it is, like, I think of colors based kind of on seasons, right? So when I think of spring, I think of those pastels, right? Kind of like that butter yellow, sky blue, mint green, lavender, right? Like those pale kind of colors, the lighter end spectrum of colors. When I think of summer, I think of those boom, boom, pow, in your face kind of colors. Sometimes that's neon colors, hot pink, like that Barbie pink, that Bottega green, bright orange, bright yellow, cobalt blue, royal blue, right? Those pow, in your face pop of colors. And when I think of fall, I think of more of like kind of like those deeply darker, saturated kind of colors, right? So I think of burnt orange, I think of olive green or army green, I think of maroon, burgundy, navy blue, right? Like mustard yellow. I think of more so those colors. And I have realized I'm a fall girly. Like, I love fall and I love fall colors. So even year round, I lean towards more of the fall type of colors. The burnt orange, the olive greens, mustard yellow, things of that sort. Mauve, like that mauvey pink, those taupey colors. Like, I lean towards those colors a bit more. So that is why I would reimagine this look this way. I would go with more of like that mauvey pink with a white pant, completely and utterly eliminate the belt, and have a pant that kind of does the cinching for you, and then pair it with a pointy toe shoe. Now, I know you can't see the shoe in the picture, but I had an open toe shoe. I remember the shoes. I love the shoes. They had like these like rhinestone details and like this flower. And they were a beautiful shoe, but in actuality, like, there was just so much going on in this outfit. And the glasses, it's just, it was so much. It was so much. And it's like, in the picture, you probably can't see, but like, I was wearing like everyday glasses even back then. And so I took off my regular glasses to put on these sunglasses. And it's like, girl, what was you doing? What was you doing? Why? You could have left it all alone, right? Just left it all alone. So this is like, I would completely reimagine this differently. Next up, we have this look, and it is an all orange look. And I I'm laughing because it's kind of a running joke in my friend group, where it's like, what was you thinking? Like, why did you wear that? Like, what was going on in your head? Like, what was the vision? Let's talk about it, right? And it's like, I feel like I need to get some type of credit, because I was doing a monochromatic outfit before monochromatic outfits were like really a thing, and before it was like really a trend. Like, this was like back in the day, like way back in the day, probably like early 2000s, probably like not even 2010 yet, right? And so there's that piece of me that's like, give me some credit, give me some credit, because like, was I not kind of a trendsetter to a degree, you know, monochromatic outfit? And I think orange is a color that does look good on me. But this is the way that I would reimagine it. And I know you might be looking like, they're not the same. They're not even giving the same vibe. And the truth is, this is the only way I would really do this amount of color, especially like this pop of color, because this kind of orange gives me, going back to the way I think of colors, this gives me that summer orange. And this is not a color that I'm gonna wear often. And the way to make it palatable for me in this day and age is to put it in a dress. That is the only way I'm really gonna wear that much orange. Like, I'm not going to pair a full orange look like I did in this time. And because it's just not, that's not me, that's not how I see fashion. And so I would honestly, even if I were to take a piece of this, like either take the shirt or the pants, I don't have either one of these anymore, but to take them and utilize that color, I would tone it down. So I would take the orange shirt and just pair it with some jeans, right? I would take the orange pants and pair it with a black shirt or a white shirt, like tone it down. And so I'm aware of that now in what I like and what I would lean towards, that the only way for me to do a full moment of color like that will more than likely be in a dress. Like, I'm not even sure I would lean towards doing it in like a cohort or a two-piece set. It will more than likely only be in like a dress, or any other way it will be like a pop of color. And we also have to mention like the hair. Like, it was like the back in the day hump, and you might put it in a bun or put it in a ponytail. I did a ponytail. It was just, I don't know what shoes I'm wearing. I don't know if I'm wearing sneakers or sandals or what have you. But it was a lot going on. I had like these real like boom earrings and a boom kind of necklace. And so, yeah, to reimagine this and do something for it today, it's definitely toned down. Like, even with how I'm reimagining now, the accessories are going to be a lot more toned down, a lot more neutral, very minimal, even a bit dainty, just real simple, easy. So that is how I would do it now. And for our final look, we have this one right here. And my issue with this look is kind of like my same issue with the flannel look, because this is the exact same tank top. And I feel that if I had at least tucked it in, added a belt, it definitely would come together a bit more. Like, I still have this duster and I still enjoy this duster. I think that in the past I styled it very similar to this picture, and the formula of the outfit I still agree with. I just, when it comes to reimagining, I would now take it on a lighter color palette. So I would do, instead of dark wash denim, I would lean toward light wash denim. I'm a dark wash denim girl, so it makes sense why I paired it with dark wash denim, but I would lean toward light wash denim now, and I would lighten the palette. So I would go with like cream and then add some of that beige, tuck it in. So in the reimagining, I did a bodysuit that tuck in, more sleek look, and then do a belt, so it brings kind of like that cinching aspect, while the duster still gives that full and flowy moment. Concept and the aspects of it, I do still enjoy. I did a similar shoe, but just add a little sparkle, that kind of thing. So it kind of pulls things together. I still love the outfit formula. I still love the concept of the look. I feel that this one is closer to the way I would dress now. It's not too far off. And if I'm not mistaken, this picture wasn't that long ago. It probably was in the past 6 years maybe that this picture was taken. So it's not too far removed as much as the other ones are, right? The other ones were more so like high school and below, right? It's about college. So this was more so where I was beginning to kind of evolve, trying to figure out who I was and what I like and what I don't like. And so there are so many elements in this look that I still love and enjoy. I really hope that this encouraged you to reassess some of your old looks, right? Look at your old looks, look at those things that you loved, pay attention to what you loved about it, pay attention to what you didn't love and what you did not like about it. Was it the color? Was it the silhouette? Was it just the outfit pairing or the piece pairing? What was it that you loved and did not love? And while we're on this journey of figuring out our style, let's evaluate, let's reassess, right? Like, those are outfits that I felt comfortable in at the time, that I loved at the time, enough to leave the house and enough to take a picture in it, right? So there were things that I love about it, but we grow and we evolve, and we reserve the right to change our minds and to change our likes and dislikes, right? And so embrace where you are now. Pay attention to where you were and how you're getting to where you are. Like, I've just been a girl who enjoys dressing, and I'm just a girl trying to figure it out. I'm just paying attention to what I like, to the silhouettes and the colors and the outfit formulas, and trying different things and being open to explore and paying attention to all of those things, right? How I want things to fit, how I want things to look, and being very intentional about how I want to present in the world. And once you kind of look at that and you look at what do I like about this, what don't I like about this, and you really do that assessment, I believe that that is going to make the world of difference. And so, as always, know that this is just inspiration, and I really hope that it encourages you to take a walk down memory lane. Go ahead and get in your time machine for research purposes and allow yourself to learn and to assess what was right or wrong in your eyes and in your perspective about your looks. And what are some things that you would still do now that you did then? Or would you completely change some of those looks? And so, until next time, know, my darling, I love you, God loves you, and remember to always love you too.